All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert video. So today I was looking through the Global Lab patch notes. I'll leave a link in the description. But one of the changes that I thought was interesting was the new Dark Rift changes. So as we all know, there's 5 bosses we do a week, and basically they just, 5 a week you do them. So they're making the change so that, before it was set bosses a week. Now they spawn after 120 hours, which I think is, better. You can actually schedule it before the end of the week and, make it work with your schedule. However, with that said, they changed some of the rewards. So for all of you who have kept all of those boss rewards for a while, we're going to go over it, and I think it might actually be good. So we'll talk about the before and after. So we'll see all this. So anyway, all the bosses. I wish over the, past years they would cycle out different bosses. So if you've been playing the game, I guess, for years now, you know that they had like 14 different bosses that you could do. And then they took some of it out because it probably like caused server lag or something. I don't really know. But either way, they had more bosses, and some of them, are not in the game anymore. And then have been changed to every 5 days, and then certain ones, you can start seeing them at level 56. It's cool. I guess that makes sense. Should learn how to play your character, get Awakening or Succession before all that. And the Black Spirit has been revamped. Rift Leader has been revamped. And the Black Spirit's thoughts you currently remain intact, but can no longer be obtained. You can exchange your things to the UI, so we'll take a look at the current ones, and then there's going to be a new one afterwards. So anyway, let's look at the rewards. First of all, let's look at the ones from what we have currently. So if you don't know, it's over here, and you scroll down to the Dark Spirit's Greed. So right now, the max we have is a 50, 35, 20 stack. The one you guys should be exchanging for straight up is latent boss auras, and then you turn it into memory frags, and then you either sell it or use it. I think loot scrolls are second in terms of things you can get. Everything else you could just buy off the market. I mean, these two, but these are probably the most value exchange. If you need massive pure magics for your black stars for some reason, what I would do is Pit of the Undying every day, and then it's like more value. You can get like 60 to 100 of them from Pit of the Undying. So it's not really worth using these because you can get better alternatives for it. If you do any sort of gathering, just make these, and these are not bad. The fail stacks are a little bit outdated simply because, they give away everything, and all of this you just buy off the market. But yeah, as we all know, Dark Spirit's Greeds are a little bit outdated, so I'm glad they're revamping it. And let's go back to this one. Let's look at it. So, 50 stack, still a scam. The mem fragments, or you actually use these, still good. A lot of these are, the same. And what is new? So the ones that you should be getting, the new crystals to make the, the Rebellious Crystal, I believe. And that's the huge PvE one that costs 2 billion silver. And then, these are family ones. So you can get one of these, 100 stack. And I forgot what these are called. I know exactly what they are. Let me look at it. It is, I know I grinded for a lot of these before. Yeah, these things, Spectre's Energies. So, if you need them, the best place to get them is Ulakita, grinding like Tungrad Ruins or something. I've gotten so many to the point where I'm just like, oh, I don't know what to do with them. And back in the day, these used to be rare, not anymore. The best place to get them, once again, Tungrad in my experience. And then what else is better? Twice a week for 15 of them. I don't know, like, these are decent. For all of you who are still going for your old moon, it saves a little bit of silver every week. I still think in terms of value, it's still better to get the permanent auras, and then you can exchange them for memory fragments, sell the memory fragments, and actually buy these. So let's actually do some math on it. Perfume of Courage, 30 million silver, at least here on NA. They're always, they're not sold out, but they're always kind of like max price. So you get one of them for 15, right? And then this one, you get two of these for 1. So at 7 of them, you get one of those. It's like 24 mil. So technically, twice a week, this one is more value in terms of tax. Probably get like a few mil more. So this one's a good one. Layla petals are, if you're a new player and need a tier 4 fairy, I have a video on how you can get a tier 4 with very little RNG. The only RNG is skills, but getting the tier 4 itself is not hard. Didn't we see that? This was like 10 before, right? Now, so they reduced it to 5, but you can only do 3 a week, which, whatever. Shouldn't be getting the Krogdalo. Just buy this off the market for like 5 million. And even if you don't, it's not really a big deal. And then, yeah. So overall, best exchange is still the aura and then turn it into memfrags. Otherwise, technical min-max value of a few million more silver is perfume. And then, of course, these are high priority, even though you can only get 1 per family. So it's like, whatever. But it's still nice to have. And then anyone that's going for the old moon accessories to either turn it into Essence of Dawns and whatnot, I think is good. And yeah, so is it better? Slightly better, but I mean, I thought it was a good update, more on the specific point of, these respawn every 120 hours. So instead of once every 7 days, it's once every 120 hours, which is 5. So it's a good change in my opinion. And yeah, so you can actually line this up with your schedule and have them spawn on certain, times nowadays. So I think that's overall a good change. Do I think the rewards are better? Technically, yes. But I mean, I still think that, maybe you should up this permanent exchange from a 50 stack to like, I don't know, 100 stack, assuming you still get the same thing. Like you get 2 of those materials and then you acquire like 50 of them. It should just be 100 stack. Like everyone has 100 stacks these days. And then, yeah, everything else, whatever. But overall, I think it's a good change, actually. Rewards still kind of mid, but time is a good change. So anyway, with that said, I wanted to talk about that. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.